So far, you've been writing code to solve different problems. Now imagine taking one of those scripts and bundling it into a little package that you can reuse whenever you want, without rewriting it each time. That's the power of functions, and they're used constantly in JavaScript. A function is defined by giving it a name, some optional parameters, which are inputs that you can pass in, and the block of code inside its curly brackets that you want to reuse. Once you've defined a function, you can call it by just writing its name followed by the parentheses. If the function takes parameters, you put your inputs inside those parentheses as well. Calling the function runs the code that you packaged inside. For example, here's a simple function that adds two numbers together and prints the result. Notice that it has two parameters, a and b. When we call the function, we provide actual numbers as inputs. In this case, we pass in 1 and 2, so it prints the sum of those numbers. Now, this example just runs the code and prints the results. But often, we want a function that actually produces an output that we can use later in our program. For that, we use a return statement. A return statement tells the function exactly what value to hand back when it finishes running. And that's the basic idea of functions. They can be tricky at first, especially when deciding when to use them. A good rule of thumb is, if you find yourself writing the same code in more than one place, put it in a function and just call that function instead. It keeps your code cleaner, shorter, and easier to manage.